Gonna be a long Monday, sitting all alone on a mountain by a river that has no end. It's gonna be a long Monday, stuck like the tick of a clock that's come unwound. That's embarrassing. You should be ashamed of your low-class status in the world. Do-do-do-do-do, Mike's Music Method. Here we have Long Monday by John Prine. Another masterful John Prine song. Really cool finger picking, nothing too complicated, but pretty awesome intro. Even if you don't know this song, give it a listen, learn this intro. Totally worth it. This song was requested by Bob Wilson, so here you go, Bob. Long Monday. Have fun with it. Great song, really good lyrics again. And here it is, Prine doing his GCD 145. He's got the capo on the 3rd fret, literally doing the same shapes he always does. The G chord, the C chord, the D, 7 with the F sharp and the bass. But it doesn't sound boring, it doesn't sound old, it sounds fresh and new. And there's always a lyric in a John Prine song that hooks you. So we'll talk a little bit about that. Let's just dive right in. If you're a beginner, always click up here, go through the Travis Picking playlist series, at least do the first 3, and then you can jump into this stuff, because I'm going to assume you know a little bit about Travis Picking. If you don't, go to that playlist. Otherwise, you can do this one, not impossible, totally doable, great song. Cover coming, hopefully me and Andrea and maybe Ella will do a cover. I don't know yet, we'll see what happens, but here's the tune, let's dive into it.
Yes.
Remember capo 3? First measure, we've got a G chord, but our pinky is down on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And we stagger it. So first we have a pinch. I am pinching 6 and 2, both the 3rd frets there. That angle's not any better. There we go. Then thumb on 4. Then it's 6, 2, 4. So again, simple thumb pattern. Won't explain it. If you see my other videos, you're an old horse at this stuff. So you got pinch, 6 and 2, thumb alone on 4, then it's 6, 2, 4. And you can use your pointer finger the whole time. I'm going to use my middle, but I guess it just kind of depends. And we'll go straight into measure 2. We're just lifting our pinky and doing the exact same pattern. So measure 1 and 2, we have pinch, thumb, thumb and thumb, lift it, thumb, thumb and thumb, pinch, thumb, thumb and thumb, lift it, thumb, thumb and thumb. Slower for you noobs. Measure 3 and 4 are beautiful. Prine's giving us some nice color here. So here is a C chord with a G in the bass. So you take your C chord, you're simply moving your ring finger towards the ceiling to put that G chord in the bass. That's at measure 3. So off the bat, I'm pinching 6 and 3. Then my thumb's alone on the 4th string. Remember that's at 2nd fret, C/G chord. And then immediately I'm doing the 2nd string. I'm doing my middle finger. So pinching 6 and 3, thumb and pointer, thumb alone, and then quickly do the 2nd string. Pinch, then thumb alone on 4, and quickly do the 2nd. I never know which angle is the best one to give you guys. And then the second half of the measure is just 6, 4, and that and is the 3rd string with your index. Thumb, thumb, and. So that whole measure. 3, 4. Sometimes it's good to loop them. You'll notice very often that to just start playing a measure feels very, very different than coming from a previous measure. So sometimes to loop it, even though that's not, it never repeats and you're never coming from that moment back into it, but it's still good for the brain. You never want to play something just in isolation. I mean, that's one way to practice, but it's also nice to keep the rhythm going. You notice that depending how quick the rhythm is, it's going to be a lot trickier. The fun one on measure 4 here. We are still playing the same chord, C, with the G in the bass. And we're going to have some pinky work. He's going to throw his pinky down on that first string and then lift it. So be prepared for that. And the beginning of the pattern, oh, the pinky does go down at the beginning here. So it's 6, 2, 4, 1. 6, 2, 4, 1. So I'm doing thumb, pointer on the second string, thumb on the fourth, and then the middle finger on the first string. And that's all even rhythms, 1 and 2 and the second half of the measure, you lift your pinky and you do 6, 1. So the first string is open there. 6, first, and then the fourth with your thumb. Whoops. Right, second half is easy. 6, 1, 4. It's putting them together. 3, 4. 6, 2, 4, 1, 6, 1, 4. And you're doing that pinky work. Pinky down, pinky up. Down, up. And you always want to wait till the last possible minute. As a beginner or even someone who's a little bit along the way, sometimes you'll want to lift the pinky when your right hand's doing something and your brain trips you up. But you want to make sure last possible minute. Lift. So I'm lifting right before I play it. To get it as smooth and legato as possible. Let's do 1 to 4 all together here. 2, 3, 4. A little sloppy, a little bit slower for you. One more time. I just gave you 2.5x value because measure 5 through 8 is the same as 1 and 4. And then 9 and 10 repeats that beginning G. So you already know, look at that, you already know up to measure 11. So let's jump right into 11. Or I can play the whole thing for you so you get a feel of what's happening. And let's just do that. 3, 4, he plays it. It repeats. It repeats again, but then it's cut off. Ooh, and there's one extra note. I'm glad I played through it. So let's look at measure 10. Same idea. You have the G chord, but you're just adding an and on the third string at the end. A little extra there. And then we go to the D chord with an F sharp in the bass. So I'm sure you've heard me talk about this. This is a John Prine chord shape here. So it's a D7. But we have our thumb snagging that F sharp on the 6th string. So that's measure 11. I'm just doing thumb between 6 and 4. We just have one color note. 1, 2, and that's on the 3rd string. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 6, 4, 3, 6, 4, 6, 4, 3, 6, 4. Into measure 12, and I've noted something that when you're playing that D7 chord, you never really need your ring finger because he's not playing that 1st string. So you can just play 1st fret on the 2nd string, 2nd fret on the 3rd string, and then your thumb. You don't need your ring finger. Makes it easier. And this measure is tricky. So let's take on measure 12 here. What we're doing is we're pinching 6 and 2, still in that D7 shape. But I have to lift my pointer finger because I'm going to hammer it on. So I'm pinching and hammering. Then the thumb's alone on 4. And then I lift the finger back up on the 2nd string and I play it again. Remember to hold it as long as you can. So I hammer, I pinch and hammer, thumb alone, and then I lift it right before I play it. And then the second half of the measure is 6, 3. So thumb, pointer. Then I have thumb alone on the 4th string, but then I lift my middle finger and I play open on the 3rd. And I'm actually going to lift my whole hand there because we transition chords. So just give your hand a little rest there. more time. 3, 4, and lift, lift. You don't have to lift your whole hand, but either way, whatever. If you're getting a buzzy sound when you lift your thumb, don't do it. You can keep it down. And then just prepare for the C chord. We're doing it. Almost done with the intro here. We have a C chord. Typical little country walk. Our thumbs or our ring fingers doing some extra work here because our thumb pattern is 5, 4. This is on the C chord. 5, 4, and then I'm lifting my ring finger to do 6, 4. Now I know some guys will say, why not just put the pinky down there, then you don't have to move anything. This would be fine in this context, but so often when you're playing the C chord doing that, you also need your pinky to be doing extra things. Townes does that all the time. Even Prine will. In this context, you could get away with just putting them all down, but I'd get used to moving that ring finger, building up your coordination. So here's the measure again. So I'm doing 5, 4, 3. That's thumb, thumb, and thumb, thumb, pointer on the third. In the second half of the measure, I'm doing 6, so I've got to lift that ring finger here in my left hand. And it's 6, 2, thumb, middle, then thumb, pointer. Thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, and the strings are 6, 2, 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, 3. And the measure 14 repeats. We'll do them both slow. 3, 4. Measure 15, and we made it to the end of the intro. We're going to play it all, put it all together real soon, but let's learn this end here. Very simple G chord. You just need that one string fretted. That's it. Right, 3rd fret, 6th string. And it kind of does a little back and forth at the end here. 6, 4, 6, 3, 4, 2. Thumb, 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 index, thumb, middle. And then he reverses that in measure 16. Thumb, 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 middle, thumb, index. So the first time it's 3, 2. Second time it's 2, 3. You guys are doing great. Let's play the whole intro. It's fun, not too complicated, but very satisfying little ditty here to play. 3, 4. Pinch, pinky down and up. Pinch here, pinky down and up. Keeps going, so nice. I need to practice that part more. Hardest part for me, definitely that D7. Let's run it even slower from that D7. 3, 4. And if that's the only part you had trouble with, maybe there were other parts, mark them. Get a little pen or a pencil, mark them, and get the magnifying glass out, zoom in, and just go to town on those little parts. So for me, it's the rhythm. I didn't realize how simple it was in measure 11. Right, really sparse, but he kind of gives you that sparseness to prepare you for a little bit of a busier measure here. Really great intro. John Prine's always doing that. Again, what does he do? He does the G, the C, and the D with the F sharp and the bass. And I don't know. I don't know a ton of Prine's catalog. Don't get mad at me, but his early stuff, his voice is a little bit high and kind of annoying. Sorry to say it. But man, it's like every song I'm teaching for this channel, it's the same chord shapes, just capo somewhere else. Yet somehow it doesn't sound redundant. And that's the genius of John Prine. Let's go with the verse. I'm going to walk you through the verse now, but keep in mind you don't have to do this note for note. I got pretty close, but his voice is mixed so loud in the mix that there's moments where it's just hard to hear exactly what string he might be hitting on an in-between note. But certainly the chords are right, the changes are right. I'd say I'm about 95% there, and the rest is kind of guesswork. And also there are, what, three verses in this song? At least 2. And so sometimes he's switching it up a little bit, so don't feel like you've got to be glued to this exact pattern. But then again, like I always say, it is nice for now to get all the nuance in, learn it as Prine did it, and then you can choose to either simplify or repeat a pattern if it's too difficult to put the vocals over. Let's get into it. Top of the verse, measure 17. Simple G chord, 6, 4, 2. 6, 3, 4, 6, 4, 2, 6, 3, 4. Thumb, thumb, middle, thumb, index, thumb, 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 middle, thumb, index, thumb. Yeah, I said that right. And let's go straight into the next chord. It's a C chord, but the G is still in the bass. All I'm doing is slamming down my middle and index, right? Just keeping that ring finger where it is. A little more movement here. 6, 4, 2, thumb, thumb, middle, and then it's 6, 3, 4, 3. So it's a back and forth, thumb, index, thumb, pointer. Sometimes when I teach lessons, people get confused, like, what's the index finger? Comment below, please. Do people, I mean, the pointer finger, the index finger, it's the same finger. Is that confusing? Should I be saying pointer? The poke, what if I call it the poke finger? The poke, the jab. Let's put those two together from 13. 3, or from 17. 3, 4. I probably slammed them down too early there, if you noticed. 3, 4. Way cleaner that time. Possible minute to add those fingers. If you hit them early, right, you get a little hammer sound in there that I don't want to say you always don't want, but be aware of it and make the conscious choice of, do I want that jangly little hammer in there, or do I want it super clean? For 19, we lift it right back up into the G. Same as 17. And then here, very similar, but we got this cool little, another little trick that Prine does in a few songs. He just hammers that 6 string open to 3, but he's pinching, so he's hitting 6 and 3 at the same time, and then he's doing the hammer onto that 3rd fret. Then he keeps going right back into the pattern, and that pattern's the same as 17. So you pinch, then it's 4, 2, 6, 3, 4, pinch with the hammer. Sound. Let's sing from 17 here. 3, 4. You and me, sitting in the back of my memory. One more time. You and me, sitting in the back of my memory. Thank me again. You got a 2 for 1 there. The next 4 measures are exactly the same, and the words are just a little different. Like a honey bee buzzing round the glass of a sweet Chablis. What's John talking about? What's John Prine talking about here? I thought he was an American man. Shouldn't he be talking about buzzing around the aroma of a Miller Lite or something? Chablis. What? That's French. That's like a sweet wine or something. I thought Prine was our working class American guy. What, he's drinking sweet wine? What's going on here? Measure 25 is a D chord. This one was hard to hear, but I'm pretty sure this is what's going on. It's a little bit confusing. And if I were to sing the song, I don't know that I'd play it this way, but it does have a cool little hop to it. So we have a D chord and our thumb's going between 4 and 3 at the beginning. But then it's kind of weird. Here, I'll show you. So we got 4, 3, 1. And I'm doing thumb, thumb, middle. So that's the first half of the measure. 4, 3, 1. And then we do thumb, thumb, and those thumbs are both on the 4th string. And then when you do the open, so it's 4, 4, and then the 3rd string is open. Thumb, thumb, and. So we lift there. The thumb is not alternating, so in other words, it's 4, 3, 4, 4 is your thumb pattern. Not super hard, but just weird that he puts it in there. It does give it a really nice hop into that C chord. So one more time slow. It's thumb, thumb, and 4th string, 4th, and that and is open. So I'm lifting up. I wouldn't do that. You don't have to put your hand behind your back like you're going to do a magic trick, but you can lift it up there. Right into the C chord. So that's what you're always going for. You're lifting and really preparing for a clean landing on the next chord. And you notice when I do that, I played that G, and when I put down my C chord, I don't want to accidentally, fart out that open G. So that's another thing to always be careful of. You want those, I should do a video all on this concept alone, but you really want these fingers bent and curled and rounded. You're only using your fingertips, and then you're not going to get any buzz. That's the whole idea. Ta-da! Measure 30 is a C chord, simple C. Nothing too hard there. 5, 4, 3. 5, 4, 3. Thumb, thumb, index. Then we have thumb, middle, thumb, index. 5, 2, 4, 3. That's the second half of the measure there. So C all together. Measure 31 is going to be very similar to the 23. It's exactly the same actually. So it's a G chord, and this is the ending of they sing a verse, then it has this ending. They repeat the verse and do a second ending before you go to the chorus. So this is only the first ending. The second time you run through it, you will not play this G. It'll be interrupted by a D, and we'll get there in a minute. So here's this basic G again. Yeah, we saw that in 23, same pattern. And here we do the hammer-on. The ending is so slightly different from 24. Yeah, 24. You're hammering 6 and 3, then it's 4, 2. Here the rhythm's a little different. It's 6, 4, 3. Instead of 6, 3, 4 at the end, it's just 6, 4, 3. Again, did he do that on purpose, by accident, or is he just kind of winging it and not really caring where he's putting that and beat? I don't think it matters too much. It's also possible, like I said, the recording's pretty busy. That could be one of those notes where it might not be there. It could be another instrument or something that I'm picking up. So don't worry about those being different. Just pick the one that you like the sound of better and stick with that. Measure 27, he's giving us a break. Just a G chord doing 6, 4, 6, 4. And let's go right into the next one, 28. Have we seen that one before? Yeah, really similar to the previous hammer-on part, but a little different. So we're pinching 6 and 3. Thumbs alone on 4. Then immediately play the second string. So I'm pinching with my pointer at the beginning. Thumb and pointer, thumb alone, then my middle finger on the second string. Then it just ends thumb, thumb, pointer, 6, 4, 3 is the end, 6, 4, 3. Fast forward through 29 and 30 because they are the same as 25 and 26. And remember, all of these tabs, if you're going, why is he giving me measure numbers? You probably figured this out by now, but if you haven't, all of these tabs are free to download, mikesmusicmethod.com. This and all the songs tabs are free. Go get them. Let's sing from 25, the end of the verse. I don't really know the words, so my eyes are going to be darting back and forth between the tab and the words here. 3, 4, radio's on, windows rolled up, and my mind's rolled down. Headlights shining, moonlight down, 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 down. What are the words there? Headlights shining like silver moons. Headlights shining like silver moons, rolling on the ground. That's a cool visual. Yeah, Prine, very nice wordsmith. Drinking his Chablis while he's looking at the silver moons of the headlights, having his fine, sweet Chablis. Very, very sophisticated John Prine. A high-class sipping. Before we get to the chorus, well, first off, congrats. We got the intro. We have the first verse down. What I'm going to do now is just play through the second verse, and I'll show you the next ending, just so you can see how it's different and hear the other words kind of placed on top of it. So let's go from the top of the verse, which is measure 17. 3, 4. We made love in every way love can be made. And we made time feel like time could never fade. We go to the D chord. Friday night, we both made the guitar hum. Bear with me. Saturday made, yeah. Saturday made Sunday feel like it would. Here we jump to the second ending, measure 33. Never come. So let's talk about that. 33 is this. We have it. And by the way, these lyrics are great. This is my first time looking through them, and like, man, Prine just, that sentiment you all feel, he can just put it so succinctly into verse. Good, that's a good one. We made love in every way love can be made. So you get it. You get it. And we made time look like time could never fade. And that is a powerful stanza right there. Friday night, we both made the guitar hum. Yeah, fun. Not a great line, but fine. Saturday made Sunday feel like it would never come. We all know that feeling too. Prime, that's why we love him. We're at 33 here. Never come. We have a D chord. 4, 3, 4, 3 is the thumbs work. 4, 3, first string. So it's thumb, thumb, middle. And then the ending is thumb and thumb. And that's thumb, pointer on the second string. I figured it out. If you drink Chablis, you probably call it an index finger. So maybe I am a little snooty and you guys are just peons compared to me. Because I refer to it as my index finger. And I also drink Chablis. You with your, Budweiser and your pointer finger, that's embarrassing. You should be ashamed of your low class status in the world. Totally got distracted there, sorry. So you got that measure, I think. 33. Thumb, thumb, middle, thumb, pointer, thumb. Then we go to 34. It's still a D chord. Pinching 4 and 1. And then it's thumb and right back to the middle finger. A little tricky. Keeping that melody up high there. Pinch 4, 1, 3, 1. And I'm doing the middle finger both times. Thumb, middle, pinch, thumb, and middle. Then play thumb, middle. And then we have this walk. Now, I can walk with my thumb and then get that ring finger up there, but that might feel a little weird for most people. You probably want to jump to that finger. It's just open to is what you're doing at the end there. The only reason I'd use my thumb is because you can let these ring out longer. Right, they're still ringing. Where the other way, you kind of lose the sound. Again, small little nuances, but they do matter when it comes from like your average guitarist to a really good one. It's like there's no lost sound. It's all considered. It's all thoughtful. But again, you don't absolutely have to do it. If it's too hard for your skill level, don't worry about it. It's not the end of the world. No one's truly going to notice too much. But maybe they will. That's up to you to decide. How anal are you? Consider it. Make a decision. And now we're going to go to the chorus. We finally made it to the... It's going to be a long Monday. But it won't be a long lesson. We're having fun. and you're learning it, and it doesn't feel long. It feels delightful, doesn't it? It feels very delightful. You are a great guitarist. You are learning this song so well. You have no worries and fears. You do never doubt your capabilities. You have endless potential on the guitar. You are nearing your dreams as the minutes roll by. You will be there in pure bliss achievement in no time at all. Continue on Mike's music method. Please donate money to Mike so he can make more of these music videos. Consider donating money to his Patreon and PayPal account. Mike puts plenty of time into these videos to bring free content to you and his thousands and thousands of viewers. If you can donate just a few dollars every month, you'll be educating many children and adults in the wonderful wiles of the finger-picking delights. Consider your donation not only help to Mike to make more videos, but your donation is a charitable act to all those in the world who can't afford guitar lessons. You love your finger-picking skills. Continue to finger-pick. Listen to this portion of the video when you're sleeping, driving, eating, working, relaxing, engaging in other activities, both personal and not. Always listen to this section and segment. We start the chorus on 35. Nothing really tricky, just a beautiful melody, so don't worry about it. The hard parts are behind you, and let's just kind of breeze through this chorus here. So we have a G chord. Same pattern twice. He is doing 6, 4, 3, 6, 4, 6, 4, 3, 6, 4. Then he goes to that C chord with a G in the bass, so you just add these two fingers, keep that one where it is. So this becomes a C chord, but still droning that G in the bass. And those two measures are the same. 6, 4, 3, 6, 2, 4. Thumb, thumb, pointer, thumb, middle, thumb. Does that twice. Then back to the G. We just keep rolling along here. And if we put the words there, it's gonna be a long Monday. Sitting on a mountain on a banana that has no Chablais. I have no idea what the words are here, so. And then it starts again. Gonna be a long Monday. Then we go to a D chord, a little bit different. So I'm on measure 43. Kind of staggered, these measures are different, so let's go through them. The thumb's just doing 4, 3, 4, 3. And the first time it's 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 4, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3. The second time you got a quicker note at the beginning. 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3. 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3. So both of those, 3, 4. Almost done, then we'll sing it, measure 45, back to a C chord, and we've played this before. We got that country kind of walk. Already went through it, so very quickly. 5, 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, 3. Then it repeats. And then we have a G chord, it ends on a G. The first chorus ends on a G. The second chorus ends a little bit differently because he extends it, and I think ends the song, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I believe. I don't know. We'll talk about it. Don't take my word for it yet. I need to review. So the G here is just pretty simple. 6, 4, 6, 3, 4, 2. 6, 4, 6, 3, 4. Chocolate. So do you. Right? Use the power of sentences to get the rhythm sometimes. I like chocolate. So do you. I like chocolate. So do you. Let's do the whole chorus. So from measure 35 here, we're going to sing it too. Gonna be a long Monday. Sitting all alone on a mountain by a river that has no end. stuck like the tick of a clock that's come unwound again. And then we go straight back to the intro. And we're getting there, a couple more things. I can't say I love the chorus. I mean, I get the sentiment, but I don't know, the lyrics are a bit of a stretch. Monday's long, like you're alone on a mountain by a river that has no end. What's long? The river that he's looking at? I guess that's what he means. But sitting in nature, that does make me feel like it's a Monday. The nature scene kind of seems nice. Aren't we dreading the Monday? Gonna be a long Monday, stuck like the tick of a clock that's come unwound. Again, I don't know if my watch breaks. That's almost like a relief. That time's been erased from my life. That's kind of nice, isn't it? Not sold on the chorus, Johnny. Maybe if you weren't too busy drinking your Chablis. Sat down like a real man. Had a whiskey. Maybe would have came up with a little more meaningful, heartfelt chorus here, John. Slacking on us. Getting a little hoity-toity up there. With your French wines. Your sweet French wines. With their nice aromas. Come on, drink something bitter and nasty. Made with all sorts of preservatives, huh? Like a Miller High Life, maybe? John? Too bad you're dead. Because I'd fight you. I'd prove myself to you. Sorry, is it too soon? May God rest his soul. So as I said, after that chorus, we run through the whole intro again. We play through another verse, but we only do it once, and we jump straight to the second ending. So in other words, right, we go from 29:30 straight to 33. So make a note of that. There's not two whole stanzas. There's only one, and it uses the second ending because that's the one that leads us right into the chorus. And then they go through the chorus again, but this is a little different too. In measure 45-46, after we play that C chord, again, then we jump to a D instead of a G, and he says again, again, again. And so let's talk about that. Measure 49. That's pretty easy. 4, 3, 4, 2, 3. Just a D chord. And then this part's tricky. A little busier. So I'm pinching 4 and 1. And here you can pinch 3 and 2. Or you can just do a heavy thumb and hit both of them. Which is probably what he's doing. Just giving it a little more energy with the thumb. Kind of more like a strum than a hit. So pinch 4 and 1, heavy thumb. Then 4, 2, then the thumb hits 3, and he pulls off. Yeah, probably just pull off that one finger to get it really clean. Pinch, heavy thumb, 4, 2, thumb, the pull off. So let's do those both together. 3, 4. Then we go to 50, which is just a G chord. 6, 4, 6, 3, 4, 2. And I promise we will put that in context so you know what lyric that's on. We'll do a slow run through at the end of everything. But now you have all the parts except the very ending, the last little part. Let's jump to 53 in the tab, the coda here. Simple measure, 6, 4, 3, 6, 2, 4, 3. And here it's a little different. We have 6, 3, then we lift that finger so it's open. So let's do that. We've got a G chord still, 6, 3, then I'm going back to 6, but it's open, and then I put it on 3. So more of like a little walk than a chord progression thing. 6, 3, 6, 6. You're lifting it though. Then he's just kind of like finishing a G chord with the pinky down on the 3rd fret there. You can finger pick them, thumb, pointer, middle, ring, or just strum them. And you got the whole song. Let's do some slow run-throughs together and really get it under our fingers. As requested and as promised, here we've got a nice slow run-through of maybe we'll do the whole thing here. Let's just start from the beginning and see how it goes. Let's scroll a little bit, and we'll do the first verse here. You and me, sitting in the back of my memory, like a honeybee, buzzing around the glass of a sweet Chablis. Radio's on, da-na-na, gonna mind roll down. Then we got the second stanza. That whole thing repeats, but at the very end he cuts it off with the second ending, which is measure 33. You know what, you want to just do it? Let's do it. We made love. Sorry, 3, 4. We made. I'm not even counting in rhythm for you guys. 2, 3, 4. We made love in every way love can be made. We made time feel as if time could never fade. Friday night we both made the guitar hum. Saturday made Sunday feel like it could, right to the D here, never come. Gonna be a long, so you sing it on that walk, right? You walk up. Gonna be a long Monday, sitting all alone on a mountain by a river that has no end. Gonna be a long Monday, stuck like the tick of a clock that's come unwound again. Then we go straight to the intro again. You run through the whole introduction, then we have another verse, and remember this verse only has one stanza, so you go straight to the second ending here. I don't need to belabor it, I think you guys get it. You can always rewind and go back. And then we have the final chorus, which is a little different. So let's do the last chorus. So again, the only thing we're skipping here is soul to soul, heart to heart, and cheek to cheek. Come on, baby, give me a kiss that'll last all week. Thought of you leaving again brings me down. The promise of your sweet love brings me round. Right, it's interrupted by the D there. And then we have the last chorus. Gonna be a long Monday, sitting all alone on a mountain by a river that has no end. Gonna be a long Monday, stuck like the tick of a clock that's come unwound. Again, here, and then here we go to that D, that measure 49. Again. So that's the interruption there on the last chorus, and then back to the intro one more time. And he goes through that intro a few times, except the very last time we go to measure 53. What a cool little tune. Congrats. It's been fun going on this journey with you. We've made it. Have a great day. God bless. That's embarrassing. You should be ashamed of your low-class status in the world.